Hey, hey, this is going to be a shorter video, but it's continuing kind of off the last one, or the previous one, I mean. So you see, I have three controllers here, but right now I'm just going to show two of them. I'm going to do some stuff with the third one in a minute. But, and obviously I have a PS5 one way over there, but I'm not going to be using that. So anyways, so last video we saw this controller, and it wasn't doing very much. Like, a lot of times it just wasn't working in games. But as you see on the menu here, it actually does move things. And if you don't believe me, I'll try and pull it up here. See, it does move them, but you can play games with it too. So some games, well, it looks like it mostly needs to be very specific games. Like this Arcana Heart 3 game, I know it'll work on this one, at least because I remember trying it before. Even though it didn't work on that basketball sports game for the PS1. So I don't know why it wasn't working on that game. I kept trying to get it to work, it just wasn't. But yeah, so this video will be a little bit shorter than the others because I'm not going to be doing very much for this one. So I'm just going to show off that controller, you can indeed play games with it. It just depends on the game, I guess. Okay, so we're going to get into Arcana Heart 3 here. I think we saw this one earlier. So we just go to Versus. Okay, I'm going to push right. See, I'm using this controller. Okay. Okay, I'm going to say confirm. Okay, so I should be able to move the green icon. Oops, sorry. With the D-pad. So see, it lets you move. So that part works. I'm going to select a character. So I've selected it with the B button, I guess. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So the B button on this controller is like, oh gosh, I think I actually pulled a little bit. So the B button on this controller is right where my finger is, right here. Actually, it says B on it. But that's like in the right side, kind of in the right way, like the Pro controller would be. So that's kind of cool. Because I know that's what Neapolitan kind of likes, is that kind of thing. So and now I'm going to choose another character as well with the other controller. This controller. Okay. Choose again. Just going to choose random. And then I'll go into just a battle just to show you that this controller actually, you can play with it. Yeah, I kind of just push the button so I don't have to listen to their talking. Okay, so, watch. So I'm going to move. Down. Up. Left. Okay. Get some extra buttons here. Oh, so I just pushed this button down underneath here, and that brought up the menu. So I guess that's like start button. Let's see, what about ZL? What does that one do? Oh, ZL doesn't seem to do anything in this game. It's probably not mapped to button input. Okay, what about select? Yeah, that does something. That probably did L1 or something. And that one probably did R1. Okay, so yeah, this controller works as we saw. It's just kind of, I can't really play very good because of how big the controller is while holding the phone. But yeah, so see, that works. Alright, just thought I'd show that you can play games with that controller. I'm going to be pausing the... First I'm going to quit out of this. Oh, I'm going to say no first. I'm going to exit out of everything first because this game auto saves. So, Let's go to main menu. Well, I think you can set it to not auto-save, but I have it set to save. See, there it goes saving. Anyways, so I'm gonna put the game. Okay, so we tried that. Because now you know about that controller. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to show off some things with this controller. But I need to put a game in the PS3 to show it off, because I'm going to be showing them some things you can do on a platforming game. Yeah, so I'll use the... Or actually, no, I wonder if you could just... I wonder what happens if you try a PS3 game with this controller, I mean. Oh, it's not plugged into this PS3. It's plugged into the other one. So yeah, I'm going to plug into this one as well. So yeah, so I'm going to pause the video here and then I'll continue recording in a little bit. Okay, hey, I'm back. So earlier, so here's our good old buddy Mega Man X6 again. Obviously, you know my aspect ratio is different now, so it's not going to really fit in the parameters normally. You can kind of tell it's been stretched out and stuff, but at least you know it still looks good. It's doing it like the way HDMI is supposed to. But anyways, the reason why I turned this on is I'm going to show some things with this PlayStation controller on it, because you know I'm using that adapter to go into it and everything. Okay, so what people don't understand is there are some things that our Neapolitan didn't seem to understand. Is he thought you could switch this to digital and audio, digital and analog with that button in the middle. That's not what it does. It says analog, but it does not switch it from digital to analog. Here, I'll show you what it does in the stage. So I'm going to go to a stage. I'll just go to this Laser Institute here. Can I go with 0? Ah, yes I can. Oh yeah, I guess we can also go to Shadow and Blade. But let's go ahead and use 0. And no, it's not Shadow the Hedgehog, it's just an armor. Anyways, so see, I'm 0 right now. And if you see, if I try to move to the right with the analog stick, look, I can't right now. See, the button in the middle, it's not red or anything. But if you see, if I try to move with the D-pad though, it'll let me. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, see, it lets me with the D-pad. Okay. So if I press the analog button, let's see what happens. So that it makes it lights up red, and then I can use the left analog stick. So all it does is it turns on the function for the left analog stick, so it can move, so it'll work. It doesn't change it to a digital pad if that's what you think. It doesn't. You won't make it, like if you have a game where you get where you use the D-pad differently than the control stick, like it does different things. You'll see what I mean. Then you won't. Then the control stick it won't do any. It won't do the D-pad stuff, even if you turned on this button. Because what this button does is it just turns on the analog to move. It actually doesn't set it up to do the same thing as the D-pad, which is something that people seem to misunderstand sometimes. So some menus and stuff will still not work a certain way. I mean, if you have to use the control stick. I mean, with the buttons off. And then also oh, whoops. Ah! Enemy. Come on, go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Yeah, I got pretty mad at that enemy. I didn't mean to do that, actually. Anyways, now that we've talked about that, so we've seen what the analog button does. It turns on and off the control stick control. It makes it so you can use it. Because when it's off, the control stick actually does nothing. It doesn't work as a D-pad. Because if it did, it would be moving 0 right now, like the D-pad was earlier. Because look, here's the D-pad. It moves. And no, it doesn't swap the D-pad with the control stick either, because look, D-pad still moves, control stick then moves too. So no, it doesn't do that. All it does is it turns off and on this control stick from doing stuff. Here's the other interesting thing, though. So if you noticed earlier on Napoleon, I can't even say it anymore. They'll just say Napoleon's 64's videos. You're gonna see, and you're gonna hear me. Or not, you're gonna see me, but you're gonna hear me mispronounce his name a lot. So I'm sorry about that. Neonapolis. I don't know. Anyways, so if we go to controller settings, you'll see this. It says digital mode right now. So I can change this too. Well, this is for the PS3 controller, but so first let's change these all to analog mode. Like, oh, whoops, I pushed the wrong button. I'm sorry. I pushed cancel instead of confirm. That's because I'm trying to do one hand. Okay, so these are all three of them are on. I think they're all on analog now. Okay, so they're all on analog now. So I've set this to be on analog. Oh, and I accidentally changed the controller, so I need to change this back. This one was 1B, if I remember right. So, oh, please insert a DualShock analog controller. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm talking about. See, the analog stick, they actually won't let you play if they don't think there's an analog stick in there. Look, I switched off the analog and it's not reading it. So, at least I don't think so. Unless they just think that there's no controller plugged into one now. Which it might be the case. I want to see if turning on that will do anything. But yeah, that's interesting because you saw it was working earlier. Okay, so let me rehome this. Let me change the controller back to a different spot. Was it player 2 maybe? No, that still didn't work. Yeah, it's not letting me get access to this. So I'm not sure if I can get access. Yeah, no matter what I'm doing, it's not letting me get back to it. Okay, let's see what happens if I try changing that back to Oh, and just in case you're wondering, I have already tried this, and it will not. And even if I turn on the red light, it will not let me. And you might be saying, well, that's because it's not in first player. Let's try switching it then to first. Pretty sure I had it this way for when it was in first. It's either this way or the other way. So I'll try it this way. I still have the light on. Nothing. It's not reading as an analog controller. And let's try just put it on the last controller. I did set it to analog mode, so it's kind of weird just doing that. Nope, it's not letting me. Let me try, yeah, and see, this still isn't letting me. Oh, I had to press start to continue, okay. Okay, this is working now. Okay, so I didn't realize I had to press start. That was the issue. That was the issue. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't see what say you had to press start, because I'm looking through the phone, so I was not noticing things. Into the game, okay. Okay, so I turned this on analog, so let's see. And see, the light being off still doesn't do anything. D-pad will still move him down. Okay, but watch, if I turn on the analog, now it shouldn't move him still, or no, I guess it still will move him, huh? Yeah, it probably will move him. Yeah, that's what I thought, it will move him. Okay, so now it's moving him. Okay, so let's do this again, as we change the drawer settings here. Oh, it went back to digital, look at that. Huh, look at that, it keeps going back to digital. I mean, for the other controller. So I thought you could, analog. So if I change one, does it just change them all? Start. Oh, now this one's not letting me push start. Ah, so when I switch that to analog, it's not letting me do it now because I'm pressing start. It's not like starting. And let's try turning off the analog and see what happens. Yeah, it's not doing it, see? Is it working on this one? It's not working on the PS3 one either. I'm pressing on this one too. Pressing start. Might be hard to see it. But yeah, that's start. Start on this controller as well. Like I said, it's hard to see it, kind of. Oh, sorry. So yeah. Yeah, it's not letting me do anything now. So we hold the home button, controller settings. So I set this one to 1B. 2B. Oh, I went back to digital mode now. Why did it go back to digital mode? So did that just like automatically do it? No. If I push the button. No, it's still not letting me. Okay, so that's weird. Because it says it thinks it's digital now, even though I set it to analog. Or, I think. So if I set these to, maybe I'll swap this to this one. Analog. Analog. See if this works now. Oh, there we go. I got it now. But yeah, so you can see kind of the issue here. But yeah, so yeah, I didn't know this is one of those games that checks to see if you have analog or not. Yeah, it's pretty cool to use an adapter. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I was making the video about. So yeah, when you turn off that analog thing, it just disables the control stick. It doesn't make it so it switches the control stick to digital, because if it did, then the control stick would be able to still move 0, because look, the D-pad's able to move him. See, the D-pad moves him with the analog being on, and so does the analog stick. But if I turn off the analog button, I can still move him with the D-pad. But I can't move him with the analog stick anymore. So yeah, that's pretty much what this video is going to be. So yeah, I think that's it for the videos for now, well, not for now. I mean, there is some I'm going to make tomorrow, because I have to make one about that hockey game. Which means, yeah, I'm going to be doing that tomorrow, probably, after I get the groceries. And then after that, I still have to go ahead and there's some other really tiny videos I need to make about how to get that and how I got the Nintendo 64 looking so good and stuff. So things like that. But anyways, yeah, I'd say that's about it for this video. Yeah, Black Zero is pretty cool too. He has a double jump, blue sword. This move, you've seen this move. I don't remember, and he has a little blaster. Anyways, so that's about it for this video. I know you're probably sick of seeing the same games and the same content pretty much all the time, pretty much. But there's just so many parts to this that I don't want to leave anything out. Not anything, if I can remember it. Alright, well, I guess that's it. Bye for now.